All right, welcome back to the Man Cave. We got a video for you today. One of the welfare queens is getting hit with reality. Apparently, she's very popular online, and I guess someone from the government found out about it, and they're taking away all her benefits. So we're gonna hear her story, and then we're gonna hear my 2 cents as we're talking. All right, let's get it started.
I got a DHS letter in the mail this morning and I just now opened it. And somebody reported me to the state of Michigan because I'm making money on TikTok and I drive a 2024 BMW. They have cut my food stamps
What?
from almost 4,000 a month
Um,
down to
no. Whoa.
$88 a month
I'm sorry. Whoa. I'm sorry. No, there's no way in hell she said what she said. Are you serious?
a month down to They have cut my food stamps from almost 4,000 a month.
4,000? You were getting $4,000. Where? What scam is she doing to get $4,000? $4,000? Really? Jeez. All right, let's keep talking.
Down to $88 a month. They are telling me if I want a review that I have to sell my car.
Yeah.
So you're telling me if you were on welfare, food stamps, cash assistance, Section 8, you can't drive a nice car?
No.
They are forcing me to sell my brand new BMW, or I lose almost $4,000 in food stamps. Not only that, they have taken my cash assistance totally away. They are telling me that Section 8 will no longer be paying 95% of my rent, only 10% of my rent.
There is a level of privilege in this country, a level of privilege where you're mad that the government is doing their job. Well, they weren't, but someone did their job to tell them to do their job to take away the free handouts. And you're upset about this because the gravy train has ended. And there's apparently, according to her, giving her the time to get a review to decide if you want to fix this. And they're telling you to sell your car and you can't sell your car. You couldn't even get a normal car that was paid off. You're so privileged that you, with the money you made on TikTok, and I looked at her videos and I'm just like, is really why I say TikTok, United States is a cancer. She's apparently making money, which I don't care. That's fine. Good for you. But the fact that you're still collecting money from me, other taxpayers who are fulfilling your livelihood to give you all this ritz and glamour, and you decide to buy an expensive car. I told you this before. When I used to go to certain areas in New York, they would be coming into the welfare office with brand new cars and fancy fur clothes, fancy new clothes, for goodness sakes, into the welfare office to pick up their food stamps. Back when it actually was monopoly money. She's complaining about all this and then goes online where people are going to find out that you make money. And then you basically told them that you had a brand new 2024 car. And guess what? They found out about it and now they're cutting back on it. It is insane that we live in a world where people are just like, yeah, I'm going to make some money off of this and not even think twice about, like, well, what if I get caught?
So I will have to pay a little over $400 a month now instead of $60 a month. They cannot do this. They cannot make me sell my car. They cannot cut my food stamps. Has anybody else been in a similar situation?
She is the
What
epitome of
what do
welfare
I do?
queen. She has a
What
look.
kind of rights do I have?
You don't.
Because I can't work, but I'm not selling my car. But I also need the 4,000 food stamps.
For what?
So I'm at a fucking loss. I don't know.
This is insane. And she'll go out here and there'll be women that'll be out there and simps that'll try to give her pointers. There is no pointers. Sell your car. If you What disability are you talking about where you can't work? Why are able bodies just saying I can't work? Elderly can't work. Children can't work. Mentally challenged people can still work, but they are under certain laws to protect them to give them benefits if you know how to use Social Security. I think that's one of the biggest things that Americans don't realize that you can use your Social Security for lots of things. You just have to research. But as Americans, we don't do that. But I want you to understand that this is like, what are you doing? What exactly is keeping you from working? You can buy a car, but you can't work? Like, come on. This is insane.
If you are butthurt about the amount of government benefits that I
Cover.
receive, then maybe you should go get fired from your job. Maybe you should go get a mental health illness where it requires you to stay isolated inside your home. Maybe you should go have 6 kids by 4 baby daddies
Okay. And now, like I said, welfare queen. Listen to this. Come on.
inside your home. Maybe you should go have 6 kids by 4 baby daddies.
Why did you have 6 kids by 4 guys? At what point do you say you should have known what you got yourself into before you opened your legs to it? 4 men? So you need to be isolated from work, but not isolated from the D. Come on. You were okay with being isolated inside with a carousel inside your home, but to work on the streets or work in an office building, you have to be isolated. What mental health problem? And I hate that this country has made everything a mental illness, an excuse not to be an adult. But what exactly did you do, or what are you going through that is so bad that they had to label it as you couldn't work because of a mental illness? It's insane. No, there's no reason that you can't work. She's in a car right now, which you can drive outside. You just can't work in an office building. Which means, what does it mean? You can't go into a store and go shopping. You do everything from Uber Eats. They deliver everything to you. What exactly is keeping you from doing what other adults have to do?
And require all the help to keep a roof over their head and food in their mouth. Everybody sending me hate comments telling me to go get a job, you worthless beggar. Do you think I like living the way I live?
I think you
Do
do.
you think I like having to rely on Section 8, food stamps, cash assistance,
Yep.
disability?
Yep.
The paperwork is more work than a 50-hour week, 9 to 5 job would be.
Yeah, I find that hard to believe. You sitting down and filling out paperwork or doing it online is not the same as actually clocking in, doing hard labor, dealing with people you can't stand, having to deal with customers you can't stand, employees you can't stand, then going through traffic and then heading back home. Not the same. See, this is why I say that we coddle society to the point that they are so dependent on society. And as long as you give them, say, we're going to tell you, oh, you can't be outside. You have a mental illness, so we'll make that as a disability. It's not a disability. It's called being an adult. Get over yourself and get out there and get a job. It's insane that we just label everything a mental illness. Oh, I had to do paperwork. I had to fill all this stuff out. Well, that's what happens. Either get up and get a job or you fill the paperwork. And you're complaining about filling out paperwork.
I would love to go out and get a job. I would love to be a normal person and go work. I mentally can't. I am mentally not okay.
Jeez. Oh. Hopefully, society changes and fixes all this because we need a reset. I'm tired of lazy people getting free stuff while the rest of us have to work for what we get. And you know what? If the government doesn't do it, who's going to do it? because that same government that we're hoping is going to change with the guy in the office, it's nothing has changed at the department. Hopefully it changes because I'm tired of watching lazy people getting free healthcare, getting free treatment, getting a discount on living in a place that any other American is having to pay over 13 to 1700 to even $2100 a month just to live in a mediocre place. And you're sitting here complaining that, well, they're not paying 80%, they're only going to pay 10%. It's a blessing. And there are people who are working and they don't get no discounts. And you're still complaining about some fabricated mental illness because some crockpot doctor says you have a mental illness and we're going to label it a disability. You drink alcohol, you have a disability. Oh, you have depression, it's a disability. Gender dysphoria, oh, it's a disability. Mind over matter, it's insane. You work hard. Don't get me wrong. There are things in this society that render us useless. I'm sorry, useless. But the honest truth is, the rest of it is just you being lazy, and I will 100% co-sign that.